I have one of these crazy stories. I know a lot of you like my stories that really explore some of the ugliness, so to speak, in the human condition. I have a friend who was a cop. Actually, I have many friends who are cops, but this friend's told me some of his stories. I'm just passing along his stories. Being a cop, you deal with a lot of domestic dispute and domestic violence type stories. He had a wife who was kind of crazy. One time, she got really mad at him for something, and she told him, I'm going to beat myself, and I'm going to say you did it, and I'm going to put you in jail. She threatened her cop husband. Can you freaking believe that? Her husband is a man of the law. Yes, so you can have your biases against the cops or whatever, but still, he's a cop. He's not going to take this lightly. He calls the station chief immediately, and he says, Chief, my wife here, she's having a little fit, and she's saying she's going to beat herself, and she's going to report it and get me in trouble, and, Chief, I need your help. His chief's like, are you at the house right now? And he's like, yes, sir. And the chief is like, well, get the fuck out of your house right now. Come to the police station because you'll have an alibi that nobody can dispute. And then let her do whatever the fuck she wants, but at least everyone at the station knows you were here. So he leaves his house. He drives over to a station, spends some time with his cop buddies. Of course, guess what happens? His wife beats herself and then phones it in. So now the cops are here along with him. They go to the house, and she's like, yeah, my husband beat me. Look at all these scars. And then all the cops are like, yeah, but he was with us. How could he be in two places at once? He was with us. We have camera footage of him here in the police station with us. How could he beat you? Of course, there was a false report, and nothing happened. She didn't get in trouble for it. She didn't even get in trouble for it, but it's so sad that, the best case scenario is that my friend didn't get in trouble. He didn't get arrested. He didn't have any evidence against him, and then the person who made a false accusation, nothing happened to her. That's the society we live in. My channel likes to study nuance. I like to explore many different sides to an issue, but for those of you who can't understand why certain people in the West, in America, think that the system is rigged against men, this is a story for you to think about, ponder. I'm not trying to change anyone's minds. I'm not trying to preach anything. I'm not trying to teach anything. Just giving you some examples. If you're going to make a blanket statement that this system is only for the benefit of men, we live in a patriarchy, we don't oppress men at all, well, here's an example to show you otherwise, right? If you're going to say we don't do something at all, you're going to go to that extreme. This example shows me you need to change your wording a little. You could still say, well, most men aren't oppressed, or most men aren't treated badly, or the system's not stacked against most men. But you can't say men have it easy, because we have an example of a man, he's protecting other citizens, a sworn officer of the law, and still his wife has the capacity to mess with him and want to ruin him like this, and she doesn't get in trouble. If this were any other man, he wasn't a police officer, he didn't have cops there to be his alibi, what's the likelihood of him going to jail because the false charge was believed by people? My cop friend told me another story that shows this exact case. So one time he was in a college town, and there was a big muscular looking type of biker gang looking dude. I'm not saying he just looked like it. And he was clutching the top of his head, was bleeding because there's a beer bottle that hit him, so he was bleeding all over. He was standing next to a cop trying to explain himself. He's like, my girlfriend hit me with this beer bottle. I didn't do anything. She got mad at me, and now look at this injury. And the cop's like, yes, I see it. And he's like, can you do something? Can you, arrest my girlfriend? Can you, get me a restraining order on her? And the cop's there basically saying, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. We don't have proof that she hit you. We didn't have any evidence that she hit you. We don't have anything. No fingerprints, nothing. All we see is you hurt. We don't know what happened. Maybe you fell, maybe you hurt yourself, we don't know. But, okay, if she were standing there, that much blood, holding her head, and she said her boyfriend did it, I am sure they're going to at least take him in and question him. He's how it's stacked. Again, I'm not saying this like this all the time. I'm not saying this like this everywhere, but already we have two examples to get certain people who can't see the other side to just think about it. Think about it. Not trying to convince you of anything, not trying to spread conspiracy theories. Just think about the nuances in social relationships and gender dynamics and how our society is. That's all I have to say, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a heavy one, but sometimes on this channel, we explore more heavy topics. Talk to you guys soon. If you want more stories like this, I will bring you more. C'est la vie.